Welcome back. Let's go ahead and get started on this thing. Now, I was digging through my junk box. I have some other parts coming, but I found this. This is a 5-position switch with all the controls already wired up here. So all I would have to do is figure out which pickup goes to which of these. And you know what? I am not going to use it. Part of the reason is because this switch is just really old and clunky and probably doesn't work very well. And these controls, look at how tiny they are. No way are those things going to be able to handle the power that I want to put through this thing. Now, this came out of, I believe, my Crescent, the green guitar that I call Sherman, which, as you know, I had to replace pretty much everything on that because it was so awful. Actually, this may have come out of the Starcaster. I don't really know for sure. But I do know what I'm going to do with it. Bye-bye. All right. Having taken care of that, if I need a jack when I'm ready to put one in it, I have 4 different ones to choose from. Yeah, I have a tendency to collect these things, and my wife gets a little frustrated with my junk collecting sometimes. But you know what? If I ever build 4 guitars, I'm ready. Okay, let's see about mounting these pickups on this thing. You may remember my nice clear pickguard here. I have these humbuckers here, and I'm ready to put it all in. But I did some digging on the internet to find out about things like polarity, which direction these things should go, especially in relation to this one. Because if pickups get out of phase, it tends to dampen the sound. Now, ordinarily, that's a problem if you split your coils. This pickup has 2 coils in it, and they are set up a certain way. And most come with 3 wires so that you can actually wire the coils individually. These didn't, so never mind. I discovered that being the case, it doesn't matter which way these things are oriented. Now, it also came with this black cover around it and these mounting screws, because clearly they're expecting you to put this on a Les Paul, which mounts directly into the wood. I can't see drilling a bunch of holes in this pick guard to accommodate that. So what I have to do is take this thing off, take these screws and springs clear out, and then we will mount it from underneath like this. And I think that is going to work out very nicely. Obviously, these pickups are designed to mount either way. So, let's get started. First thing we got to do is take one apart. I'm going to start with this one just because I already unwound the wires. And there we are. Okay, now that looks pretty good, and I don't think I'm going to need this. I'm going to set it aside for now just because I don't feel like dealing with it. So let's get our pick guard here, and let's put this thing in it. Okay, it is going to fit very nicely. So let's see about putting the screws and springs in. Here we go. One screw and a spring. Okay. You may notice I'm a bit thimble-fingered about this. It's only because I'm that way with everything. Yeah, we have them trying to run away. This piano bench, okay, bye-bye. This piano bench isn't the best surface to do this on because it does things like that. And I use it because it's what I have. Unfortunately, I trained my feet to do a lot of things that my hands also do a long time ago. And yeah, things like that tend to happen with a rounded top. Um, so be prepared for things to be running away. So we put this on there. We get the screw lined up. And I have it turned around wrong because I am incapable of operating a screwdriver with my left hand. Okay, let's try this again. Get on there. Okay. No, you may not jump off. Okay. No, you may not jump off. We are not playing shoot the spring. Huh. Okay, maybe we are playing shoot the spring. I will be right back. All right, we retrieved the great spring dinghy, got him in place, and got the screw started. So, that is looking pretty good so far, and it fits very nicely. So let's go ahead and let's get it tightened up and get the pickup up here into position, and then we'll move on to the next one. And there we are. Oh, does that look great? Yeah, and yeah, I haven't even taken the plastic off yet. As you can see, it almost looks like there might be some scratches there. That's a plastic covering that's over it. I haven't taken it off yet because I don't want any scratches on it. So, let's move on to the next one. I'm going to do the other humbucker just because I can. And we'll save the middle one for later, since it should actually be a little bit easier than these others. So here we go. And that one's off. So we'll get the screws and the springs out, and this one is ready to go in. So here we go. We will go ahead and get it started. Hopefully we won't fling any more springs across the room, although yeah, I realize that is amusing. We have a spring running away, but I caught it. That's one in a row. So, and the screw ran away, but I didn't catch it. All right, now, this time, I'm going to be smart, and I'm going to start everything on the side where, with my screwdriver on the side where the hand that works is. Those of you who are just impossibly right-handed, yeah, I feel you, because I am too. So, spring is on there. Let's just try to compress it on there, and then let's see if I can get it started this way, and look at that. It worked. Okay. So, let's do the other one. After he tightened this one up a little bit, to make sure it's secure, then we do the other one. And no, you may not run away. So, here we go. Apparently it can run away because it still managed to drop onto the floor. So, let's try this again. Come back here, you. In it goes. We will put the spring on. And then, once the spring is in place, I gave up trying to compress them because, yeah, that was how I made a little catapult. So, we'll just set it on there, and we'll tighten it this way. And look at that. Away it goes. All right. These two are both in place. I don't know what I'm pointing at here. I have no idea what I was talking about there. So, yeah. As I mentioned at the top, I'm doing voiceover for this because, yeah, my new camera has an external microphone that I really like, as long as I remember to turn it on. I didn't this time. So that's why you're getting it this way instead of the usual way, because I really didn't want to take the whole thing apart and do this a third time. Yes, I said a third time. You'll see why I said that in due course. Don't worry. All right. Now, one reason I put these in the way I did is because the wires are actually pointing towards the controls. And now this one isn't. Why these two pickups have the wires coming out opposite corners, I do not know, and I'm not going to ask. These are basically no-name pickups that I got off of eBay. And so we will see what they are. Now, the middle one, the single coil, was listed as an Alnico, or however you say that. So it should be pretty decent. These guys, we will find out. If it turns out they sound like two tin cans and a piece of string, I will, make the most of it and see what I can replace them with as we go along. At the moment, my main goal, well, one of my main goals, is to keep costs down. And yeah, these were cheap. I'm betting they may sound like it, but you know what? There's ways to deal with that too. So, as you may know from my other guitar modifications, something I kind of like to do is take what's basic junk and see what I can do with it. So, here's the little bag with the screws and springs for the single coil. If I had fingernails, I could get it open a lot quicker. And if I was more alert, I would be doing it in frame, but I'm not. And I'm not. So, I'm not. All right. So, we will insert the pickup once I get it on the right side, once I figure out what I'm doing here. Now, these springs are considerably shorter than the other ones, which is going to make my task a lot easier because I don't have to figure out keeping the spring out of the way of the screw threads. And that does tend to be a... oh boy. Yeah. Oh bother. Yeah, that really took off. Okay, well, let's see here. I suppose I should go find it. But I'm going to put this one in first so that hopefully nothing else goes flying. As I said, this surface isn't the best, but it's what I have. As I get further into this, I may see about buying myself a little table to do my guitar projects on. The big question there in this studio is going to be, where will I put it? But I will jump off that bridge when I come to it. Right now, this one is all started and going in. So, that pickup isn't going anywhere. Now, go chase the screw that ran away. Or got knocked away, actually. You saw what happened there. This pick guard on this vinyl surface is a bit like a makeshift skating rink because everything slides on everything else. So, we will keep going here. I'll get this started and we'll get it in place here. And then it's time to do the screwdriver thing again. And there we are. I think this looks terrific. Next time we'll see what other parts I have acquired and we will get them put together. Until then,